Hello, YouTubers. Thank you to coming to my channel again. This is Sam's Automotive, bringing another episode of How to DIY Your Car. Today we have a 2003 Ford F350 with the mighty powerful Power Stroke 7.3. This car brought it to me for attention. There's a lot of issues on it. But the main problem here that we find is a hard start. Okay. I already checked a couple of things. One of the things I found out is that I guess two injectors here, as you guys can see, are high to low side open. So that could be one thing. Weak injectors or weak oil pump. In this case, this is a hard start engine. It does start, but it's got to take a while for it to start it. I did a couple of things to check it out. I'm going to show you real quick here. What I noticed in this Power Stroke, one of the things I check is for the ICP. Okay, so the ICP, it's, let me see if I can get a better view. ICP in the 7.3 is this connector here. Okay, as you can see, it's on the side of the fuel filter. Okay, now I noticed when I pull the sensor here, and this is one thing you guys gotta notice. See how this thing is all wet of oil? And if you can see down there, let me see if we can view it. See that? I clean it up, but when I pulled the sensor, it was full of oil. Okay, that's one of the problems. But I guess the main problem here is the pressure pump. As you can see here, you see how much oil this thing is dripping. All in there is all full of oil. So let's see if we can get a view in here. Right there. That's another sign of the oil. You guys can see there's oil everywhere. Let's go down to the actual car to verify what is going on. So as you guys can see here, I'm going to show you real quick, it's the amount of oil this thing is dripping. I mean, you can see the whole bottom, it's full of oil. Last night I started up, as you can see, all the oil is coming from that pump. So that pump is bad. It might just need a gasket on it, but I'm not taking the chances because it's been a while. This pump probably been running, having a leak, a major leak like this one. I could just clean it up, put the seals on, put a new gasket on, put it back on. It might not work, it might work. In this case, it's not my truck, it's a customer truck. So I told him already this issue, so they have gave me a yes to fix it. So in this case, I'm gonna change the IPR sensor along with the pump, and of course the ICP sensor. It has to change. All right, guys. So that's for a hard start. Look for leaks. Look everywhere. If you see no leaks, another thing you can do is if you have one scanner like this one, you could try it. I mean, these are expensive scanners, but you could go online and get a ELM 327, I believe. Those are the Bluetooth you can pick up in eBay or Amazon for like $10. They're so cheap. And then the next step is going to be try to get what do you call it, Torque Pro. I'm gonna show you guys real quick since you guys are diagnosed for a hard start. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look for my L327, and I'm gonna show you. Actually, I could show you in this one how to check the pressure in this thing. So pretty much you just want to get out of here. I'm just gonna show you real quick. So we'll go into let's see, PCM. So we'll wait. We got a couple of codes here. What it's telling is the injectors are high and low or something. I got 4 codes here. So I'm gonna go here. And right now this engine, it's warm, so it should start up. I want to go to live data. There we go. So what we'll be looking here, I'm gonna see if I can just click the ones that you want you guys to see it. For instance, we got the let's see, we got to look for the engine temperature, oil. That's one. What else we got to see here? Glow on time also. If it's active, the glow plug, so we're going to see the control as well. The other day, here we go. So we're going to look for injectors. Injectors control pressure. Now we're going to see the regulator, see how much pressure it's going in there. All right. And pretty much that's all we need to, we can see the module also supply. We got 14 volts. What else can we look in here? We see the reference voltage. Let's see. I guess that's all we need to see here. Yeah, that's about it. All right. So there you go. So we're gonna look here something real quick. Let's go start this guy now. Make sure that this power probe is not touching anything here. All right. All right. So let's go inside. Let's go see if we can start this car. I mean, the engine is already warm. So when it's warm, I think it's not a problem. So here we go. So I'm going to show you guys here real quick. All right. So we take that off. We see the light comes on. And if we can see that glow plugs, 9921. So that tells you the glow plug is the control is actually going on right now. So the glow plugs are working. All right. So we get the ICP regulator, 14%. So that's what you got to be looking. The module voltage is 11A because it's drawing power from it's drawing power to start the engine. So all right, so here we go. Let's get started. There you go. All right, here's what I wanted to show you guys. You see how the injector glow pressure, it's 725 or whatever. It's that pressure that you got to take a look at it. Now, let me see if I can show you here. Well, believe it or not, that pressure is 725. Let's lever up. It's 1,725, 730. All right. Well, at this point, this what do you call it? The pump have raised the pressure. Now, when I test this thing when it was cold and I was cranking, it was not even getting to like 400. Last time I started this engine, it was putting only 45, let's see, 405, I guess, the highest. You can see right now it's a steady 725. So, it's a pretty high number. Usually, it stays between 750, and depending, sometimes raise up, something doesn't. Now, let's see here. We can see the injector is 14%. If we rev it, it goes to 27, 27, 26. I never seen this sensor going to up to 30%. I'm talking about ICP pressure regulator. So yeah, it should be about 14. So right now it's actually reading a good number. Maybe the little cleanup I just did in that valve on the ICP probably just fixed a little issue there, because now I'm actually reading 725 and I'm reading 14%. Before here I wasn't reading anything, so I disconnected and then the engine starts. So that tells me that ICP is no good. But then we have another issues. I'm surprised right now that this pump is putting 725. So I've been wondering what's gonna be the reading on my OVD, what's it called, the OM327. So I'm gonna go look for it. We're gonna connect it, and we're gonna see what was the measurements. But actually, I don't know if I can show you guys. Actually, now I remember, because that's got to be used with the phone, which I have to download the app and show you in the other phone, and then I have to connect it to the Bluetooth. So I'm going to pause this now, and then I'm going to find and see if I can have another phone so I can show you guys what the numbers should look like with the Torque Pro. Okay, guys, I set up the setting on the on this phone here. I'm running Torque Pro, so these are my readings, and this is what you should have on your phone. As you can see, coolant is minus 40, so that tells me that's something wrong, because right now the weather is about 40, but not minus 40. This is minus 40. That means it's so cold right now. Just imagine minus 40. All right. The other thing, as you can see here, see the engine oil temperature, it's reading 38. Okay, that's about it. That's pretty good. It's about 38 right now. The vacuum is 0. Again, that's for the turbo. Now, as you can see, the IPR, it should be about 14.7. Now, the HPOP that you see there, that's the high pressure oil pump, which is the IPR. It's more like the pressure that we want to see in the pump. So we need to in this guy here, we need to hit 500 for this engine to start. So let's just start it up and see what's the reading so far. There you go. All right, so let's bring this out here. And there we go. So you can see, wow, it's actually reading pretty good. As far as the vacuum on the turbo, yeah, that's about 1.3. Yeah, it's about 3 pounds right there, 3.3 pounds. Now, as you notice in the IPR, it stays at 14.3, and if we press the gas, it's probably should it be about 35 open wide. So that's what you should be looking for. The high pressure pump, wow, that's a lot of improvement there. So I believe this pump, it's not bad. I would call for the IPR, ICP. The ICP is bad in this engine, because what I did is I cleaned it up with the start fluid, and I cleaned the pigtail, put it back in. Before, and this thing was reading 410, like I said before. So my readings is pretty good. The other thing we got to fix is the coolant. The temperature, it's wrong, and I guess it's because the coolant temperature sensor it's no good. So maybe that's why also, that's another reason why this engine is not starting, and that's due to the coolant temperature sensor not reading right. So that has to be changed. As you can see, the oil, the engine oil temperature is reading 42, and the vacuum, that's 0.4, which is idle. IPR should stay at 14 point something. If you press on the gas, it's gonna go to whatever. I never seen this going past 35, wide open, so that should be good. This pump here, let's see what's the highest I can hit. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's reading about, I would say, 2,000 pounds. But yes, it's definitely 729. It's a pretty good pressure, even though I'm missing a lot of oil in this thing. Alright guys, so pretty much that's what you got to look into it. Like I showed you before in the ICP sensor. Pay attention to that, because if it has oil and it's full of oil, it definitely has to be changed. In this case, I'm going to change that. If you can change the pigtail as well, also do it. Make sure you get the one with the gold plated, so you can make a good connection there. What else I should point out here? Oh yes, I'm going to show you real quick how to get to this point here where I have the Torque Pro. Some people don't know how to get there. So I'm going to guide you really from the beginning. So this is what you want to do. Oh, sorry guys. All right. Don't mind the beeping. Let me see if I can get it off. There we go. So we're just going to leave it up. Just going to leave it on like that. All right. So in order for you to get to like those pits that we were looking there, the power stroke, you want to go down here, press setting. Right here, you go settings. Then right there, it's going to show you manage extra pit sensors. You want to click there. There we go. And then up here, let me see if I can show you guys. Sorry. Okay. It's kind of hard having two phones and try to record with the other one. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see with the glare since I got the gloves. All right, hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. All right, so once you're there, you'll click this item here in the top, and it's going to say add custom, add predefined sets. Click there. And then you should have all these guys here. You should have Pontiac, you should have Toyota Prius, Generation 3, 2. Also, you got Pontiac, GM, Opel, whatever. In this case, I'm going to add 4, and that's it. So there you go. You have all the pits here. All right. And then once you have the pits here, you want to come back here. You want to get out of here and go into real time. And then what you want to do is you want to bring all these items. So you want to click here and then put add display. And then it's up to you what do you want to do. In this case, I've been doing the dial needle and then there. So you would just go through the whole thing, and whatever pits that you want to add or whatever item you want to add. In this case, when I do a spill ABS wheel speed sensor, I just add them up so I can check the continuity on them to see how fast I'm going. Last time I had a problem with the ABS wheel sensor, which it was kind of like intermittent on it. So like, you would read one, because you can just go, I think, no more than 10 miles per hour. So you can read those sensors by looking at it here. So when you run the car, it's going to say kilometers, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think when you get to 10, it cuts out. So, you want to go like a slow, like up to 5, and you're definitely going to see your speed right there. So they all got to match, the same speed. So if ABS wheel speed sensor reach 5 kilometers, the rest of them has to follow up. if you see something that is not showing there, like you say 1, 2, and 3 are reading 5, but then 4 is not reading anything, then you definitely have a problem there with that speed sensor. So that's how you check those. So there's a lot of good stuff here with the pits or whatever, whatever you feel like it. In this case, I wanted to see what it say boost for specific. So I want to just click that. It will go small, and there. So that's the map sensor. So this is all live data. So once you log into it, it should read everything. So now let's see again. Let's see again here what we read here. So let me just bear with me because I only got one hand. Now this thing is a standard, so it's kind of hard because I have to press the clutch. And there you go. It stars or ones, so it's perfect. There. So you see the high pressure pump reading 729. The map is reading 05. Let's step it up, and there you go. You see the vacuum 1.2. You see the boost, 1 pound. IPR should be 22. As you can see, IPR is reading 14.3. So yeah, everything looks pretty good here. So I'm gonna leave this guy off, and then we'll check it out on later on to see how we're doing. If it's gonna be a hard starter right now because it's warm. So I leave the batteries charging. All right, guys. So that's about it. Checking a hard start in this car, and that's what you got to be looking into it. That's what you got to look into a diesel. First thing, hard starters are because you don't have the enough oil. You might have low in oil, and that's due to the high oil pump. Look for any leaks. If you have leaks, that's definitely the pump leaking. Also, the sensor that I show you, the ICP, look to see if you have oil in there. If it's oily, disconnect and try to start the car, because that's going to default by the computer showing the right amount or whatever. So by default, the computer believes that the sensor is good once you disconnect it. Okay. The other thing, if it doesn't start, then you probably there's another issue. Like I say, you can go to power torque pro torque and add those pits that I show you. What you're gonna be looking, you gotta look for the high pressure pump pumping 500 pounds for this engine to start. If you see that thing goes to like I would say 30, 40, and 60, it doesn't mean that the pump is bad. It could